Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Myava Show. I empower parents and caregivers of neurodivergent children by providing emotional support and practical tools without burning out while they guide their children toward meaningful friendships where they are truly celebrated for who they are and not just tolerated. Neurodivergent refers to the way an individual's brain thinks, behaves, or processes information differently than that which is considered normal or neurotypical. These, this is an umbrella term that includes diagnoses like ADHD, autism, dyslexia, and even bipolar disorder, among other things. Tonight, I want to talk to you about not parenting from a place of panic, but stabilizing your nervous system before you respond. Have you ever reacted to your child in a way that you regret it later? Have you ever walked into an appointment already exhausted? Have you ever felt like you're constantly bracing yourself for the next thing? Well, if you've answered yes to either of those, I want to give you my 3R reset strategy to try to help you overcome this this by regulating your nervous system before you respond to these things. Parents of neurodivergent children often live in a place of hypervigilance, anticipatory stress, decision fatigue, and emotional overload. And the truth is, again, you can't parent from a place of panic. Confidence is not built in chaos, it is built in regulation. When your nervous system is activated, your thinking narrows, your tone sharpens, your patience shrinks, and your body braces. So when that happens, when you get to the point where you're not able to think clearly and you're bracing yourself, you're getting tense, a few things may happen. One, it's called fight, flight, freeze, and fix it, right? So fight means when you feel your body getting tense and you're ready, you're in attack mode, you're ready to tackle anyone or anything that you think is standing in your way, and you're just ready. You might lash out at the person, you respond very negatively. um Flight means when you feel your body tensing up like that, you might retreat. Even if you don't physically run, you just shut down. You can't deal with it. You don't deal with it head on. You just withdraw, or you leave the situation altogether. Freeze means you just stop. You can't even move. You don't even know what to think, how to think. You're just frozen, or you're ignoring things around you. And then fix it mode is when you feel like you got to fix everything. If your child is having a bad day, you got to jump in and you got to fix it. You have to have the answers. And I know as a wife, one of the things that I don't like for my husband to do sometimes is when I'm venting or I just need support and I'm just talking to him because I need his listening ear, or sometimes I need his strength, his emotional strength, and I'll tell him something and he may interrupt what I'm saying because he wants to offer me a solution to what he perceives as the problem. And sometimes I don't need a solution. Sometimes I don't need to be fixed. Sometimes I just want to be heard. I want to be supported. I want to be listened to. And I'll share that with him because I need his masculinity, I need his strength, I need him to be my protector, just by being there. And I don't always need him to jump in and come to my rescue and solve a problem. And sometimes that's what our children need. They just need us to listen, and we want to just fix it. And I'm guilty of that, wanting to jump in. A child says something wrong and hurt my child's feelings when they were young. I wanted to go in, and I wish I could have reasoned with the child. I wish I could have said certain things, but I couldn't. It wouldn't have been appropriate as an adult to go and respond to a child, although there are times when I wanted to. Sometimes sometimes I wanted to, but it wasn't appropriate. And we just have to know as parents, we we can't always fix it in that manner. Sometimes fixing it could be just listening. Uh, if your nervous system is up and you're responding unfavorably, just remember that your child mimics you, and they're going to mimic what they see in your nervous system. So if you're upset, it's going to escalate things for your child. If you're grounded, your child will stabilize faster. So they are feeding off of us. They are feeding off of our energy, and we need to be aware of this. What does panic look like for you? Put in the chat, what does panic look like for you? How does your body respond? Are there signs? Are there ways you know that you're about to go there? What does your body feel like? Um, are you aware? Have you paid attention? Because these are what I consider warning signs that if you pay attention to your body and you see these warning signs, then you can use some of the tips that I'm about to give you to help prevent you from actually going into panic mode. Does your chest feel tight? Do you get short of breath? Do you get irritable? Do you get a headache? Or do you feel something else? If it's something else, or even if it's one of these things, put it in the comments, what it looks like for you. How does it feel for you? So the 3R reset, it is to be simple, it's to be relatable, and it's to be repeatable. So it's very simple what I'm going to talk to you about. And it is to, again, regulate your body. It is to slow down your stress responses. Okay. And one of the things I want you to practice doing is for this reset, I want you to practice box breathing. That's when you breathe in for a 4 count, you'll hold for a 4 count, you'll exhale for a 4 count, and then you'll pause for a 4 count. So the first R is reset. So we're resetting the nervous system. So it'll look like this: in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, and then hold. So you want to do that for maybe around 5 or 6 breaths. That will help regulate your nervous system. You'll be surprised that when you start getting worked up, when you do that, how you come back into alignment. So that's the one thing I want you to do. Another thing is, if you have an appointment that you have to go into and you're tired or you're already feeling stressed or irritable, then pause and do absolutely nothing for at least 60 seconds. Like, just regroup, get yourself together, collect your thoughts, and don't do anything else. Just wait. That would be one. Um, when you are feeling tense or stressed or you feel your body going there, you may be clenched up like this. You may have your shoulders up. I'm going to encourage you to relax your shoulders, relax, lower them, and then do that box breathing or just pause with that. You may feel that your jaw muscles are clenched. You feel real tight and you just feel your face scrunched up. Relax your face, relax your jaw muscles. That will help. And if you're seated, sometimes it helps to put both feet flat on the floor, put your hands on your lap, and then do the breathing. You can combine all these things together to help you as well. So you want to do this like that breathing 5 or 6 breaths at a time. You may try it for 3 sets. Do what you need to do. There isn't a one size fits all. So what might work for me may not work for you. You may need more. You may need less. Do what you need to help regulate your body. The second R is reframe. You're going to reframe your thoughts. You're going to reframe um, what you say and how you say it. So some of the things that you may be tempted to say or say when you're stressed are, this is too much. I can't handle this. Why is this happening? And those thoughts will increase the panic. Reframing is not denial, it is redirection. What you want to do is redirect your thoughts. You're going to redirect your energy. So instead of saying, this is too much, instead of saying, this is too much, say, this is hard, but I can handle it. It doesn't change the circumstances, it doesn't change the dynamics of what you're going through, but it reframes your brain, it reframes your thinking. And I've said this before, where your mind goes, your body flows. So if you think negatively, you're going to be in a negative state. If you think positive, you'll be in a positive state. So when you reframe your thinking, you are not focusing on the negative. Yes, this is hard, but I can handle it. Or instead of saying I'm failing, you can say I'm learning. Instead of saying this will never change, you can say this is just a moment. It's just a moment in time. So it will get better. But right now, this is what I'm dealing with. Reframing exercise. You can write down your stressful thoughts, and this will create like a cognitive flexibility. So writing it down, reframing it will help you to be able to think it later. Like it'll become more natural to you. The third R is to release. You want to release. A lot of times when we're stressed, we internalize it, and that stress, internal stress, can come out in different ways. It's going to get out. It has to come out. You're either going to explode on someone or you're going to implode on yourself. It's not healthy to be stressed. Our bodies aren't designed that way. So we have to figure out a healthy way to de-stress, to get it out. So some things you can do to de-stress, you can journal. You can, even if it's just 5 minutes, get yourself a really nice notebook. Let me see if I have okay. I have a journal right here. This is one of mine, and it's a cute little journal. It's fun. It is inviting for me to write. Find one for you. Find a journal that you like and just journal something, especially when you're stressed, because believe it or not, that's a way of getting it out. You are releasing it. Sometimes it helps to talk to someone, but if you don't have someone around, write in your journal. I choose to write to God, um, because I feel like he knows what's going on with me even when I don't tell him. But when I put words to it and I express it to him, I'm inviting him into my situation. I'm inviting him in to help me. And that that really helps, especially when I don't have a person that I actually want to share a particular thought to. What better person than the Almighty God who knows my beginning from my end, and He can give me direction and clarity when it's warranted and help me navigate the space that I need help with navigating. You can record a memo to yourself on your phone. You can record it. So now you're verbally getting it out and you're putting voice to what you're feeling. You can walk around a block, take a walk, exercise, do some stretches. That helps as well. Um, you sometimes might have to just shake it out, shake your arms, shake your legs, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, let that energy out. You can sometimes you may need to cry. You may need a good debrief, then cry, just getting it out and do it unapologetically. If you cry, so be it. Sometimes our emotions um, call for that. Let it out. And you don't have to apologize for it if that's what you need in that moment. Do what you need, do what feels right to you in that space. And it may look different on different days. Be authentically you and be okay with that. It took me a long time to accept, embrace, and love me for my authentic self. I'm a different person. And I used to try to fit in. I used to want to fit in different social circles, and I didn't always embrace my uniqueness. I didn't always embrace the fact that God made me different. He made me to be my Ava and no one else. And I no longer try to fit a square peg into a round hole. I know my worth. I know my value. I know what I have to offer people. And God created me this way. When you truly embrace yourself for who you are, then I believe that's when you can truly start living. I don't care how good or not your life is to you or it seems, when you embrace who you are and you love yourself for who God created you to be, you can show up as a better version of yourself for you, for your children, and for everyone else. One thing I've learned is when we say we don't like who we are, when we say um, we don't like what God created us to be, what we're saying is essentially God made a mistake by creating you that way. What we're saying is we know better than God how we should have been or how we should have turned out. And if you think that God is sovereign, if you think that He's the end all be all and He knows everything, then when we feel that way about ourselves, what we're saying is we know better than God and He made a mistake. So be careful. I want you to, the next time you think that you're not good enough or you're not worthy or anything less than about yourself, I want you to reframe that thought, even when it comes to you, not even just the thoughts that you think towards your children and other people, but reframe the thoughts you have about yourself. Because when you don't, what you're saying is you know better than God. and he has made a mistake, and I'm here to tell you and myself that God doesn't make mistakes. So therefore, you have to find a way to embrace and love you for who you really are and for your authentic self. And when you do that, you get to pass that along to your children. They get to feed off of that. They get to feed off of your energy. They get to feed off of your positivity. And be honest with your children. Let them, the worst thing I think we can do is pretend in front of our children that we have it all together. I think we rob them of learning how to navigate life and understanding that things don't always go our way, but we have to pivot and we have to find a way to show up and deal in life and accept life for what it is. We don't have to accept our circumstances and just stay there, but we have to accept where we are and move forward and keep trying to get better. So there's a difference in accepting where you are in the moment while you strive to do better and be better than it is to just accept life for what it is and you stay in a stagnant state or what I would consider like stuck. That's not a good thing. You've heard me say before that when you're growing, it's uncomfortable. And when you're comfortable, you're not growing. So growth and comfort can't exist in the same space. Again, if you're growing, you're not comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. So I'm not suggesting that you stay stuck in a place because that means you're not growing. But when you accept where you are for the moment, as you continue to look for ways to get better and grow, that's growth. All right. Um, when stress moves out of your body, then it helps to prevent you from becoming burnt out. We don't want you to be burnt out. Burnout can lead to, honestly, burnout can lead to a person having suicidal thoughts or a person wanting to do self-harm. So that those are extreme, but it happens. And so I want to give you strategies to prevent you from feeling the feelings of burnout. Um, Sometimes we think that this may take a lot, it may cost a lot of money or any long hours in therapy to regulate your body, but it doesn't. You may think that you have to perfect your routines to help prevent the stress in your body or whatever, but sometimes it just takes little micro steps over a period of time. So just start. If you can't do all of these suggestions, start with one. And the first thing I believe you have to start with is being aware of your triggers for stress or your signs that you're becoming stressed. The sooner you can pick up on these things, the sooner you can try strategies and tips to prevent them from being full out panic or full out stress. We want to regulate. So the 3R reset works because they're repeatable, they are um, small, they can be done immediate, and they are doable on hard days. So easy days, hard days, you can do these steps and they will help put your body. They reduce reactive parenting, escalation cycles, emotional guilt, and chronic tension. It relieves all of that. It increases confidence, clarity, stability, and emotional safety at home, not just for you, but for your child as well. Remember this one. Neurodivergent children often struggle with emotional regulation. They become overwhelmed quickly. They react intensely, and they need co-regulation. You cannot help them co-regulate if you're dysregulated yourself. First, you got to get your body in tune. You got to get yourself together, and then you can help your child. Your calm will become their anchor. When you stabilize first, meltdowns for your children shorten, conversations soften, problem solving improves, and trust grows. Remember, this is not about perfection, this is about progression. Imagine you walking into appointments grounded. Um, Imagine handling conflicts with calmly, with clarity, and ending a day without guilty spirals. All of these things are possible. You can do it. Just learn to regulate yourself, your emotions, and just become in a calm state so you're not responding out of panic and you are responding from a stabilized perspective. I'm bringing this to you today. This is one of the things we went over in our MOAC group on Tuesday. I have the first Tuesday of the month, I have a parenting support group meeting called MOAC, Mothers of Exceptional Kids, and fathers and mothers alike are welcome. I love this space um, because I get to listen to what these parents are going through, what they are dealing with in real time. I get to share what I did in those situations or what I recommend now. I love it. I love it. I think the most because I didn't have anything like that when I was navigating parenting and when I was feeling overwhelmed and at times coming from a position of burnout. Um, and I really, truly don't want anyone else to feel like they need to do that by themselves. And I have, I don't know what I did with them. Uh, I don't know what I did with them, but I have, oh, here they are. I have two books to help parents, help support for parents of children with learning and thinking differences to feel confident, capable, and fulfilled. And I also have the Parent and Caregiver's Guide, Overcoming the Odds of Disabilities, Medical Challenges, Mental Health Disorders, and Trauma. And you can get those to help you on your journey because, again, they're written to support parents. Help is a project that I did that is based on the first 25 years of my son's life. And it's me parenting with him and how my husband and I navigated that space. And it's written from a parent perspective, but as an educator, I did a literature review, and there are over 100 references in this book to really support parents and caregivers. And I also put the references in the back of the book, and I have a glossary of terms that are used throughout the book where parents and caregivers can go to my website and download the glossary, and they can go to the reference page and find out where I got the sources and do a deeper dive for themselves. And the overcoming, the parent and caregivers guide, overcoming disabilities, medical challenges, mental health disorders, and trauma. That book is a book collaboration that I did where I have 12 co-authors with me. Six are parents and six are professionals, and they're all answering the same questions to really help support parents and caregivers on their journey where you don't have to feel like you're doing life alone. And if you want either of these books, you can even have a free ebook for you. It's called The Five Secrets to Emotionally Support Your Child with Learning Differences Without Burning Out. You can get all three of them by going to mothersofexceptionalkids.com. That will give you access to the free ebook. And then if you want the books, you can then, after you get the ebook, feel free to get the books at that point. I am here to help you. I am all about empowering parents and caregivers so you can be the best versions of yourselves, so you can show up as the best version for your children, your spouse, and those around you. I am here. I am very passionate. I welcome you to join me with your children and learning how to keep them safe online. If you want your child, I have two different levels, 6 to 8 and 9 to 13. If you want your child or children to be safe online before they even get introduced to social media, please consider my 5-week course. And if it's called Case and Connect, and it's a social media platform that is really preparing children how to be appropriate online. We're teaching them anti-bullying techniques and what to look for, how to um, identify what a digital footprint is, how to be safe online, and to navigate social media safely. We don't want you to just have rules about social media. We want you to build skills because rules can be broken. Rules, if your child think that they're going to get in trouble because of the rules, they break the rules or they do whatever it is you're telling them about social media, they're not going to be honest with you. They're not going to likely, I'm not going to say definitely, but it's likely that they're not going to be honest with you and they're not going to share their true experiences because they're going to be afraid of you taking away their phone or taking away their tablet or computer. And they're not going to necessarily be honest with you because they don't want to lose those privileges. Therefore, it's better to build skills within your children surrounding social media so they know what to do, they know how to navigate it, and you'll be able to trust them when you're not watching. So I choose skills over rules any day. So if you want to learn more about Case and Connect, you can visit caseandconnect.com. That's CASENCONNECT.com. And you can learn a little more about it. I will be starting another course next week. I think it's the 9th of March. Let me confirm the date. Yes, Monday, March the 9th, we will be starting our Case and Connect 5-week course. Contact me if you want information on how to protect your child and keep your child safe. So thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to being with you the next time. Remember, join my community. We have a Facebook group. You can join for free. You can join our first Tuesday of the month MOAC group support meetings. And until the next time, take care and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.